Orphan Jean and the Bullman. Long ago in New Orleans, a widow lived in a beautiful home. In a nearby orphanage lived a boy named Jean. The widow invited him to stay at her house. She was kind to the child. She made sure that he had plenty to eat and that his child wasn't too hard. Jean was fat and bright. The widow grew to like him very much. The widow was pretty and wealthy. Many men wanted to marry her. One of the men who liked her was Mr. Boo Boo. He was a handsome man with a fine, deep voice. Mr. Boo Boo often had dinner with the widow. She seemed to like him more than other men. Jean did not like Mr. Boo Boo, but he couldn't explain why. Perhaps one day I will marry Mr. Boo Boo and he will be the master, the widow said. What will you do then? I'll run away, Jean said sadly. You better learn to like him, the widow said angrily. Jean went outside and watched a bull grazing in the pasture. Suddenly, the bull dropped onto his knees and cried, "Bill, Madam Fat, Madam Jam, Jam, Dara, Dara." The bull magically turned into a man. The man was Mr. Boo Boo. Jean was scared. He quickly hid behind a fallen tree. Mr. Boo Boo was not aware that Jean had seen the incredible change. Jean raced home to tell the widow what he had seen. "Mr. Boo Boo is not a man," they said. "He is the bull from the pasture. He used his magic to turn himself into the man who visited you." "How could you make up such a story?" the widow scowled. "It's true," he said. Jean would have to prove that he was telling the truth, so that the next day Jean went to the pasture and hid behind the same tree. He watched the bull became Mr. Boo Boo. Jean murmured the strange word that the bull said. It turned into Mr. Boo Boo. Mr. Boo Boo soon visited the widow. Jean carried a tray of cake into the living room where they were sitting. Jean drew close to the man. He offered him a piece of cake and then softly whispered, "Bill, jam da, jam da, jam, jam da, da." The handsome man roared and jumped up. He knocked the tray out of Jean's hands. Mr. Boo Boo's head grew long and hairy. He spread his horns. His arms turned into legs. His hands and feet became hooves. His fine clothes fell to the floor. The widow gasped and fainted. The bull collapsed across the room and burst through the door. The door splintered into 100 pieces. The widow sat up stunned. She knew Jean had told the truth. From then on, the widow always believed what Jean said. The widow raised Jean and loved him like he was her own son, and Mr. Boo Boo was never ever seen again. The end. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.